Yogis, my name is Teresa. Please join me for a 15-minute chair yoga class. So you'll need a chair, preferably sturdy, maybe better than my utilitarian one. Armrests are okay or not. I vote that you don't wear shoes, or at least stocking footed, barefoot, even nicer, so that you can really get a feel for where your toes are in space. So, okay, and also some stretchy clothes. And we'll start with the basics. This is totally, if you've never even thought about yoga, this is awesome for you. And it's great for everyone. Movement is medicine. We don't move enough typically. We start to turn into warped shapes. Okay, so here we go. Notice my feet flat, but I'm at a 90-degree angle, so it's good. Now, if you have a bad chair that keeps you pinchy or you can't touch the ground, you might need to use books or pillows to get to that form. Okay, and so you can just put your hands on your lap, drop your chin to your chest, close your eyes, and connect with your breath. Feel a really nice stretch in the back of your neck when you drop your chin to your chest. And breathe. Nostril breathing is best, solely through the nose. But it's okay if you want to exhale with a nice open pursed lip. Inhale through the nose. Nice calm breath. And of course, there's lots of different variations. I will just offer the basics and maybe throw in some things that you can do. You can always reach out to me if you're curious about some of the other things that you could do with this, okay? All right, so open your eyes, still sitting up nice and straight. I want you to start to do some shoulder rolls. Do 10, one direction. And then reverse. Just realize that we're getting our scapula to move all the directions that it should. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I find it much easier to do this way than that way, but both directions are important. So, okay, so try to do those a lot during the day. And the next one, okay, so I think I might want to turn this way for this one. Yeah, okay. So now let's keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder and breathe. I like to close my eyes, really connect with breath. Again, nostril, filter your air. Okay, sit up nice and straight, and then take your left ear to your left shoulder and not the opposite. Don't hike your shoulder. The shoulders remain relaxed. Eyes closed. So I like to hold stretches for about 5 breaths. And even when I teach yin, even longer. Not 10-second, and please don't bounce your head around. Soften, soften. Good, and sit up nice and straight. And now one more time, drop your chin to your chest. And then take your head in circles. We'll go 2 clockwise and 2 counterclockwise. Snap, crackles, and pops. Finish chin to chest. Bring your hands to your heart center. Be grateful for everything that you can do for your wonderful body. Okay, and here we go. Okay, so now we'll do some circle sweeps. And so the hands are down by the side, and then reaching your arms up, 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 bringing the palms to meet. Reach up, stretch up, and then with exhale, bring your hands down through your heart center and do it again. Second set. Inhale up. Exhale, hands heart center. And then bring your hands down to your side and do a couple shoulder rolls. Okay, all right, and so now I'm gonna turn like that. Yeah, so hands down to the side, and then sweep up one more time. This time, take one wrist with other, and now use your right arm to draw your body to the right. And maybe I should turn this way. Okay, sorry. All right, reaching, reaching. If that's too much, you can always take one arm and just slide it down. Okay, and then up, up, up. Same thing, reach up. You're taking now, using your left arm to draw to the left. Getting a really good stretch here. And if it's too much, just slide your hand down. And then reach up, 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 up. And your hands just come down to the side. And now let's do a couple seated twists. Spinal twists are so useful, really good for our bodies. We don't do nearly enough of that. So, okay, so first just reach up, stretch up. And then there's a couple of options here. You can take your hand to your chair. If there's an armrest, you can use both, or bringing your hand behind your chair. What we're trying to do is get a nice twist, twist, twist. Breath a little harder to breathe when you're in a twist, but take small sips. Trying to stretch in a little deeper with your exhale. Okay, and then slowly release. Same thing, second side. Breath nice and steady. Okay, and slowly release. Now let's come into cat-cow. Okay, so cat-cow is typically done on the ground or standing, but we can do a variation seated too. Okay, so what we're trying to do here is get our spine to move forward, arch your back. This is a cat. And then opening up your chest, looking up gently. That would be your seated cow. Okay, so exhale, all your air come into your cat, drawing your belly button into your spine. And now with inhale, open up, look up, cow. Okay, and now do this at your own speed. Exhale into your cat. Inhale into cow. Finish with a nice angry cat. Draw your belly button into your spine. Look at your belly button, rounding your back, relaxing your neck. All right, and slowly release. Just take your knees side to side. Sit them up straight again. Now, let's see if you can clasp underneath. So do that, or maybe interlace, and just do a couple circle sweeps. Or, I mean, it can be low, or but we want to try and lubricate the hip joint. And same thing other side. Okay, and now we'll do another forward fold like a cat, but this time sliding your hands down your legs to your comfort, or maybe your hands are here on your thighs. And we'll just hang heavy here. Let your neck relax. Shake your head side to side. Breathe. Breath regulates the body. It affects all your organ systems. Max performance, management of anxiety and pain. And that's just a couple. Okay, and now coming up nice and slowly, engage your belly as you come up. Okay, and now let's do a little marching to work on some strengthening here of the hip flexors. And so we'll do this for a couple of minutes, okay? And so you can go nice and slow, as high up as you can. And maybe you can't come up as much, but at least try a little bit. Fire up the flexors. Okay. Now, if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you can always take elbow to knee, opposite elbow to knee. This is so good for this side core, obliques, and the hip flexors when you do this. You can even try a couple. Crunch, crunch. Almost there. Normally I would have music on, but this is in part for an interview, just saying. Okay, all right. One last crunch. Good. Okay, and so now let's work on the quadriceps. And so what I'd like you to do is extend your feet. I'm getting caught up. Extend your feet. You can do some ankle pumps. We're trying to really engage here. And you can always do one at a time, okay? But just challenge both at the same time, I think. Why not? You could do ankle circles, point and flex, point and flex. Okay, we made it. All right, so now let's just shake it out again. And take one knee away. And then the second to get a good stretch right here in the adductors. And if it feels good, I love this, is to interlace my hands, bring my hands behind my head, and maybe open up. This would be a seated butterfly. Okay, all right, and I forgot to mention, you can always do that one, bringing your feet up. All right, so let's get a hamstring stretch now. Hamstrings, and we'll add on a little bit to get into the calf as well. So moving a little further forward in your chair, but make sure that you won't fall off. Extend one leg. I'll go with my right first, and I draw my toes gently towards my nose. Then I have activation down here too. If I don't, it's just mostly going to be the hamstrings themselves. Okay, and the other knee's bent for stability, and just lean to your comfort until you feel a good stretch. You might feel a little bit of a pinch here too, but it's okay. Just none of this should hurt. You always want to listen to your body. Remember, if something doesn't feel good, it might not be right for your body, and that happens. There's some variations if you're not really feeling much of a stretch there. You interlace, straighten, and you can take your foot. You should feel a pretty good one, especially if you draw your toes towards your nose. Give yourself a hug. Or you're out here, and that's fine. Okay, all right. Let's do second side. So again, we can just start with the basic. And sliding down your straight leg is fine. Just avoid pushing directly on your patella. That would not be good for a hinge joint. And again, if you're not really feeling much, interlace, straighten. You can always have a strap. Even adding on a little bit more. There's tons of things that can be done. Okay, another just wiggle, wiggle. And sit back a little further for the last stretch. This is, some people call it a figure 4. Okay, so try to take your right ankle and put it on your left thigh. Just kind of above the knee itself, okay? Gently flex your right foot and lean forward. Woo, that one got me. It's early morning. Find your comfort. I tend to enjoy something a little intense, but that's not right for everyone. But yeah, feeling a really good stretch out here. This is really a variation of pigeon pose, if you're familiar with that, since it's always one you can be down on the ground to do. Okay, and then slowly bring your right foot down, take your left ankle underneath the right knee, and lean forward. Nice and slowly find that edge, stay there, and maybe you can come in a little deeper, but don't force anything. Allow your head, your neck to relax. Breathe. Inhale, we become expansive. And with exhale, we soften. Okay, all right, and gently press up. Okay, and then just take your foot, again, feet flat, knees bent. Bring your hands to your heart center, drop your chin to your chest. Eyes are closed for sure. Think about how you feel now. Think about the spots that were tender, tight, or weak. And you know, those are areas that you can focus on a little bit more. Thinking about your intention, your dream, your wish, your desire. Know that yoga can bring great change to your body, to your mind, your soul. But it will take time. It's important to be diligent, constant, and patient. Open your eyes. It's been a pleasure. If you have any questions, please in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, okay. Right. Namaste.